Okay, this is... Oh, I should have really done my makeup today. So, you may have noticed, this is not my bookshelf, this is not my house actually, and this is not actually the suburb in which I live in, north side of the city. I moved houses. Well, I moved out. I went to uni. I left home. God, Jesus Christ, I can't do this. Basically, I moved out of home, like, last week to live on campus at my university, which is on the opposite side of the city, so it was gonna take like 3 hours to get there, and I was like, no. So, right now, I am actually at my godparents' place, and my godfather has a massive bookshelf, so I decided I would film with it, because I have nothing in my apartment right now, apart from like a small pile of books. Saying that, this is going to be probably the most stupidest January wrap-up ever, because I don't even have any of the books apart from one that I've read. So every book I mention here, I'll just stick a picture up there, but I was really proud of myself. I had the physical copy. Hello everybody and welcome to my January wrap-up. In January I read 8 books. Yeah, 8 books. I am genuinely quite proud of myself for reading 8 books because this month was busier than I expected it to be totally honest with you. It was very, very busy. Very busy. So the first book I read in January was The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson, and I gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. This book was honestly a storm for me. The pacing was really, really weird, and so was the romance, and I found myself shipping a couple that I knew wouldn't end up together, and I don't know, the main love interest came off as a bit of a dickhead and then didn't have a necessarily good ending, but the fight scenes were really good, and there was a lot of like fight and like intrigue, whatever, and it was really, really, really well done. So that's what got it the rating it did. But yeah, kind of sad that it wasn't really the best ending considering it was like 700 pages. Next book I read was Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken, and I also gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. Hear me out, because everybody loved this book. Whew. I am so angry that I didn't like this book as much as others did. It took a lot for me to get into it. It took about 200 pages, to be exact, for me to actually get into the story and what was going on. I don't know what was happening. I was just not enjoying myself the first 200 pages. Like, it was good, but it wasn't, like, you know, amazing. I had to force myself to read, but in the final, like, 300 pages, it was fantastic. It was amazing, and I really, really loved it. I loved the ending, and I loved Passenger. I loved the first book, and I'm so angry that I don't like this one as much as I like the first book, because the first book was honestly, like, my favorite thing ever. The next not quite book I read was Rainier Boy by Cassandra Jean, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. So I really loved this book. It wasn't even a book, a graphic novel, whatever it was. I fucking adored it. It was amazing. I loved the characters, I loved the story, I've loved the art ever since she started putting it out on Tumblr. Like, I still remember when she first did the piece of art for that, and it was like, oh, I'm so happy to have this book, and the story was amazing. I love the story so much, but the only thing that I want, okay, I want more. I want a sequel, but she said on Tumblr that it depends on sales of the first book, but, you know, she might write a sequel, but it might take a couple of years to come out. But no, I want it now. It was so good. The first book was just amazing. Rainier Boy was beautiful. I loved it so much. It was, it was so good. Next book I read was Diplomatic Immunity by Brody Ashton, and I gave this one 3.75 out of 5 stars. Good God. I'm getting very exact here. I have mixed feelings about this book because I love the plot, I love the idea, but the main character annoyed the ever-loving shit out of me. I really hated the main character, Piper, and it's from her point of view, so you can't really escape her. She was such a fucking idiot. But I love the story, I love the writing style, so this is one of those classic examples of fantastic author and writing style, but a fucking horrible main character because, oh, I just hated her so much. She was bloody ridiculous. I could not deal with her half the time. She just pissed me off. I get angry thinking about her because she's an idiot. She's an idiot. The next book I read was Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I adored this book so much. It was so funny, and I loved the characters, and it was just Oh, it was just bloody amazing. I loved it so much. I can't even put it into words how much I loved it. It was so nice to read, and it was so happy at the end. Oh, I'm happy, I'm so happy. Then lastly, the last 3 books I read, they were in fact a trilogy, so that makes sense, was the High Society trilogy by Ali Carter, and I gave this whole thing 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed these books. They were fun, they were amazing. I love the theft aspect of it. I love seeing how they planned out all the thefts and how it was going and how like fluently things like became, and the chemistry between the characters is amazing. It was just, oh, it was glorious, and I loved it so much, and it's just amazing. I love it. I love this whole series. I really enjoy Ali Carter's books, and I've discovered that I'm actually not too old to read them, so that makes me extremely happy. But I cannot wait to read the MC Rose series, because I finally have 3rd book, and I'm going to read the 3rd book, and oh my god, it's going to be beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a fantastic day. I will hopefully see you guys soon in my new apartment with another video when I get my bookshelf set up, because I'm not filming a video in front of a pile of books. That's what it is at the moment.